Tonight, the Ministry of Health is forced to suspend all elective surgeries at Victoria Hospital due to the ICU being overwhelmed. The Taiwanese embassy in St. Lucia says it is crucial for the WHO to allow Taiwan to participate in global efforts to address the coronavirus epidemic. And a former health minister calls for the re-implementation of a pilot program that tended to the needs of the mentally ill. We have the details of these stories and more coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Thursday, the 6th of February 2020. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We're on Floor Channel 117. The broadcast is also being simulcast on Kiss FM Radio. You can watch via our website. It's www.caribbeanhottv.com, on our free Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, or our Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. The Ministry of Health has been forced to suspend elective and day surgeries until further notice. This is as a result of the increase in intensive care unit patients at the Victoria Hospital. This, the director says, is because of a rise in violent cases such as stabbings, gunshot wounds, excessive alcohol consumption, and chronic diseases such as diabetes, stroke, and hypertension. Rochelle Gonzalez tells us more.
The Victoria Hospital currently has no ICU beds available for patients. There are 3 ICU beds, but currently 6 cases warranting intensive care. The extra 3 cases are putting immense strain on the hospital's resources as they are being accommodated in the operating theatre. It means that Victoria Hospital has now been forced to suspend elective surgeries.
We are having to suspend elective surgery because of the number of cases we have coming to ICU. We've noticed that the cases that are coming in are cases that are chronic non-communicable diseases and the complications. You're looking like hypertension, diabetes, and the complications. We have younger persons having these diseases or being diagnosed with these illnesses, and we have older persons living longer because they're getting medications. We also have a situation where we have a lot of motor vehicle accidents. A lot of young guys driving bikes, they get head trauma. We have persons drinking and driving, and so you get situations where persons actually have injuries. And we have physical assaults, whether it's stabbing or shootings, and these individuals end up being in ICU and spending a long period of time in ICU.
Victoria Hospital is not the only hospital under pressure due to increases in ICU cases. St. Jude has not been able to assist because it too is grappling with the same issue.
Now, what do we usually do? When we have more than 3 cases in our ICU, before we actually go into operating theatre, because we only have 2 operating theatres at the Victoria Hospital, and if we have patients in there, it prevents us from doing elective surgery. What we usually do is that we try to communicate with our Southern Hospital, that is the St. Jude's Hospital, and we call to see if they can actually house one of our ICU cases. The St. Jude's Hospital cannot, because they too have an increase in the numbers of ICU cases coming to them as well.
Dr. Ford is appealing to members of the public to modify their behavior to avoid long hospital stays.
Okay, we're asking persons to be compliant with their medication, lifestyle modification. We're asking persons to visit the doctor, use the health centers, use the different healthcare facilities to try to do the necessaries to make sure that you don't get to the point where you get so complicated that you have to be admitted for a long period of time at Victoria Hospital, or even get to the point where you get to ICU. We're asking persons to resolve conflicts amicably, exercise some degree of self-control. Okay, we have so many stabbing incidents and so many gunshot wounds. We're asking persons to try to resolve to not to get to the point where you need to get physically abusive, because that itself creates a problem for us at the public hospital.
Dr. Ford appeals to everyone, including social partners like civil society, churches, youth groups, mothers and fathers groups, and other government agencies like the Ministry of Social Transformation, the police, and the fire service to put measures in place to manage health. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
A representative of the Taiwanese embassy is making a heartfelt appeal to the World Health Organization to allow them to participate in the global efforts to fight cross-border pandemics. A counselor at the embassy says in the wake of the coronavirus epidemic, the Chinese government has made concerted efforts to prevent them from participating. However, he says Taiwan would like the WHO to see the benefits of allowing it to have a voice.
The Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, in St. Lucia has reached out to the World Health Organization with hopes of finally being allowed to have a voice in the fight to tackle cross-border pandemics. This plea comes in the wake of the coronavirus epidemic, which has claimed the lives of hundreds in the mainland of China. Councillor Bill Huang sat with Hot 7 TV on Thursday afternoon and emphatically stated that Taiwan currently has the matter under control and that the risk of transmission is low. He ensured parents of St. Lucian students studying in Taiwan that their loved ones are safe. The councillor went on to say that whilst Taiwan is more than ready and willing to help, as they have the technology to do so, they are still being held back. He said the Chinese government failed to deal with the problem properly.
Well, very efficient the Chinese government is to control the information, the flow of information, but not the pandemic itself. As we are talking right now, there have been more than 55 cities, major cities in China, and 3 provinces completely sealed off in China. And they are still saying everything is under control. That covers more than 150 million people. So it is a very severe situation, and the whole world should work together right now to prevent the spread of this pandemic to other parts of the world. And in that case, I think it is urgent for WHO to start conversation with China and with Taiwan too, and allow Taiwan to participate in this global fight.
Huang said efforts have been made for Taiwan to participate in the WHO discussions for a number of years. However, he said they have been blocked from doing so vehemently for political reasons.
We have actually been invited to participate in the WHO prior to 2016. But after 2016, for some political reasons, China just used their influence in WHO to block our participation. So, frankly, the reason for Taiwan not to participate is not out of, professional reasons, but because of political interference. So, we urge the whole world to really look at the situation here and see the benefit of Taiwanese participation in the WHO.
Should they be allowed to participate in the WHO efforts, Huang said they will also be able to exchange vital information needed to create new technologies to better fight the virus.
As you know, Taiwan might be the world's first country to achieve really very high quality universal health care for all the people. And so in terms of medicine, in terms of public health, actually we are more than capable to help the whole world. So Taiwan is willing and capable of contributing to the global fight against cross-border pandemics. So let me urge WHO again, let Taiwan be part of it and contribute to it. Don't allow Taiwan to be a major loophole in this global concerted fight against cross-border pandemics.
Huang reminded St. Lucians that race is not a factor in the spread of the virus, and most importantly, that not every Oriental person is from China. He said whilst the situation needs to be taken seriously, society need not panic and make erroneous judgments. As of Wednesday, February 5th, Taiwan placed a travel ban on Chinese nationals attempting to come into the country. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Former Health Minister Dr. Keith Mandesi is calling for the re-implementation of a pilot program that tended to the needs of persons battling mental illness in society. This comes on the heels of an attack on an elderly citizen by a man said to be mentally ill.
One of the island's former health ministers is calling on the powers that be to reintroduce a program that was implemented during his time in office in a bid to tackle the growing issue of attacks on innocent civilians by persons of unsound mind. Dr. Keith Van Daisy's call was sent out after an elderly man was attacked with a stone to the head in an unprovoked attack by a man who is reportedly of unsound mind on Wednesday morning. Dr. Mondaisy said there was a pilot program which involved the rehabilitation and inclusion of mentally ill individuals in society. He said the project was highly successful.
It's called the Community Mental Health Program. There was a 3-year pilot project financed from overseas and by WHO. It turned out to be so successful that it was attracting people from all overseas. I remember Nova Scotia came, Canadian provinces came. Basically what it is, it was to get the mentally deranged people, put them back in their community, provide them with good housing and good supervision on a daily basis, making sure that they were taking their medication and they were there. Within the community, they felt at home, and that was proven to be a success. We need to go back to that. It's already developed.
Dr. Mondaisy said funding for the project became an issue. However, mental illness is an area in need of serious attention, and so finding funding for such a project should be a priority.
When I was the Minister of Health, when it came to us now taking the responsibility to finance it, we could not find the financing. But in today's world, with health being a priority, we can find the financing to now put it into progress. We had 450 odd people with different forms of mental health problems, and we only had 30-something people, 32 or 33 people at the mental hospital. All were treated, all these other people were treated outside within their community. That needs revisiting. Mrs. Joseph, who ran the program, because they were not able to give her a job here, she's now in Montserrat doing the same thing, and it's a success story. So the Minister of Health has to revisit it. We have nothing to do but just to implement the whole thing, and we will have a mental health problem that we will not have if we implement this program.
The former minister urged St. Lucians to agitate for the leaders of the nation to step up and protect them from the growing threat.
If we ask the government of today, the Minister of Health, tell us, because you have nothing to do but just put some money in and implement this program, we will find a big change and we will find a lot of success, because it has been successful, it has proven itself. And I would ask her to get in touch with Ms. Joseph and put Ms. Joseph back here instead of being in Montserrat to run a program that was giving the public a relief mentally, that they don't have to worry.
Dr. Mondaisy said the re-implementation of this program will place St. Lucia on a map for being a trailblazer in its care for its citizens battling mental illness. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Now, members of the public are weighing in on some of the concerns expressed about the safety of the public and the challenge of getting proper care for mentally ill patients who are on the streets. Here's what you had to say.
Definitely not. There are so many of them around, and I think there are possibilities of helping those people in a different way. Now you hear that they do not want to keep them at the wellness center, they put them in their families. But if we train those family members how to take care of these people, then they would be better. They'll be more capable of taking care of those people and keeping them at home. We are not doing enough, and something has to be done because of what happened to our friend Mr. Henry just recently, I think yesterday or the day before. And so we need to find ways and means to have much more of our social workers working with those people, the psychologists, the psychiatrists, whoever they may be. And of course, at the wellness center itself, we need to have people who are better trained to take care of those people. That is my take on it.
Because the police not doing anything. The fellas with, let's say, the how you call them fellas? The fellas with good, not the head is a kind of thing. They're holding them. Instead, they bring them in the madhouse. They drop the guys. So nothing will happen. Nothing not happening in St. Lucia. St. Lucia is a waste of time. So, you see, that's a backward country.
Because I figure out that's our special place to put them after they live at Golden Hope, somewhere to put them, especially some that have no family, they don't have nothing, to put them into somewhere, and for at least government could do quarter to take care of them, to give them food, and when they fall sick, bring them to the doctor. That's what I figure out it's all about.
Yes. One of the problems I see is that in my country too, a lot of the people who are on the street have some mental problems, and so they don't take advantage of the social services that are available. The social services need to be on the street with the people who are living here and who are staying here and supporting them, making sure they're clothed, fed, taken care of, medical care. Period.
Okay, but then in your view, should they be mixing with us? Should they just be on the streets?
Some. I think there are a few that maybe cannot function at all on the street. It's not safe for them or for others to be on the street, but the majority of people, I think, should be able to be on the street. I don't know. It's a really tough question. It's really tough. Safety for the people like us and safety for the people who are disadvantaged or, So you have to have some institutions, I think. I think you said a balance. I think you need a balance.
Yesterday I witnessed by the square there, this young man, his name is Tony, whatever his name is, and he has wear girl clothes, whatever, and stuff like that. He took a stone and he gave a man a lash on his forehead there. And he started running. I mean, the guy breaking windows, showcase windows in town. City police has been arresting him and they're dropping him. I mean, come on, y'all not responsible for those kind of people in town. Y'all not doing enough. And y'all need to start being serious about those people. Those people are playing their Madden thing. They're walking in town. Some of them have knives or cutlass or pieces of iron, and they're swinging after people. You see, the problem is they don't hit y'all yet. So one of these days, one of your Latin authority that's responsible for them, they go knock y'all down. And then you'll see how it is. Because just people then doing anything in town. Look at that yesterday. It could be a little child that could be passing there and knock the child with the stone. Right away, he killed that child. Right now, what happened to the man now? So look, I heard this man on the radio. Look, the man, he paralyzed or something like that. What's going to be taking place right now? What y'all going to do to him? Y'all have to be serious. Y'all not serious about nothing in St. Lucia. And y'all just there, they're talking about garbage on the air and things like that. That's all.
Those were your views. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Still to come, the Prime Minister is called on to make public the status and outcome of several investigations he said were launched by his administration. The Health Minister is dubbed a square peg in a round hole, and Soleil Couché is coming to Delsèche, Rizal. That and more coming up.